Hello, and welcome to Panel Spec 3. This video will go over the basics of our new plate building software and how to get started designing today. To start, you will need to register for an account and sign in. If you already have a Panel Spec 2 account, your login will carry over and you can continue using the same account for Panel Spec 3. After you've logged in, click on the Projects tab in the upper left corner of the page. Here you will see all of the projects you have made on your account. Currently, we haven't made anything yet, so we will start by clicking on the green Add Project button. In the window that pops up, you can add all the information you need to identify this project. To keep things simple, we'll just give this project a name and nothing else. In the Settings tab on the far right of this window, you will find the option to pick whether your plate will be printed or engraved. Pick whatever your project requires, but for this tutorial we will be designing a standard plate with printed labels. Once you have created your project, you will be brought to your project settings screen where you can continue to modify or add any information you need. Let's design our plate now. To start, click on the Drawings tab on the left of the page, and then click on the green Add Layout with Labels button. Give your plate drawing a name and a description and click OK. You are now in Panel Spec 3's design space. The panel on the left side of the page is the product selection list. On the bottom of the page is the list of current products you have included in your design, and on the right side of the page is the product properties panel. To start designing your plate, you will need a plate or panel to attach connectors to. For this design, we are going to pick a 2-gang clear anodized wall plate. Once you've found the product you want, simply click and drag the picture of the plate onto the design space canvas. Now let's add some connectors. You can also search for a certain type of connector to narrow down your options. For this project, we're going to first add an HDMI connector. Simply click and drag the image onto the plate. On the right side panel, you can see all of the selected connector's properties. Let's change the label to say HDMI in. You can also change the color of the label to any RGB value you need in the color picker that pops up when clicking on the box. Now let's add a couple more display connections. For these connections, we want them to be vertical, and we can do that by inputting the angle of rotation in the connector's properties panel. We can also adjust the positioning of the connector label by inputting a new value into the X and Y offset boxes. You can always adjust the positioning of connectors at any time. Use the blue alignment guides to help properly space all of your parts. Let's now add a USB Type-A connector and finish this wall plate off with a Cat6A port. Once you've finished your design and are ready for your quote, simply click on the red Create Quote button at the upper right side of the page and fill in the details before clicking OK. Once the quote has been created, you'll be brought to the Quotes module of Panel Spec 3. Here you can see the designs you've made and the project settings you've chosen. To view the actual quote for your project, click on the Project tab on the upper left of the page and then click on the Reports tab. Here you have the option to view your quotation with or without pricing. Without pricing allows for a simpler document that can be used for design approval with your organization. Right now, we want to know our price, so we are going to select that option. And here is your quote. It contains all of the project information you entered, descriptions of each plate, their quantities, individual prices, and your project's grand total. You can also click through the pages of your quote, and each page will be dedicated to displaying and breaking down the components of each design you included in your quote. You also have the option to download a PDF or print a copy of your quote. Simply click on the printer icon and pick your option. And that's it. Now you know the basics of how to work within Panel Spec 3. Go and check out our other video tutorials that go over the more advanced features that this software is capable of and much more. Thank you for watching.